Hi there. Welcome to an asynchronous video tutorial demonstrating how to conduct an online remote exam. Through the cooperation and collaboration of several members of the Roomberty International School faculty, we will demonstrate how to conduct an online remote exam using exam.net's online services, the Safe Exam browser, and a customized student exam protocol. If you have ever experienced the MAP testing lockdown exam, this online remote exam protocol seeks to provide similar type security with an improved invigilator interface and an easier exam delivery for the student experience. To demonstrate this online remote exam solution, our team of colleagues demonstrate how to administer and monitor a live exam session, intervene when exam interruptions occur, review post-exam results, exporting features, and also the grading procedures. And finally, we take a look at how you can create and configure your own exams. Let's go ahead and get started. To administer and monitor a live exam session, the invigilator will want to share the student version of the online remote exam protocols several days before the exam date. This will enable enough time for students to download and install the Safe Exam browser and also overview the online remote testing procedures and the corresponding expectations. At the beginning of the exam session, teachers will meet with students in virtual teleconferencing rooms using such programs as Zoom or Google Meets. It is at this time that the teacher shares the access details, such as exam.net link with the exam key to enter the assessment when the invigilator activates the exam. So something that looks similar to this template here. As participants take the exam, the invigilating teachers monitor the session using the Zoom or Google Meets webcam feeds directly from the student computers and the exam.net live surveillance features. Let's take a moment to observe what this looks like in a real-time session. So if I'm going to invigilate this test, I go to exam.net and I just go to teacher. And when I go to teacher, I just sign in with Google. And if it's the first time going in, it'll have you sort of accept the permissions and so forth. But for me, I'm already a teacher. So I go in and I have several different groupings of tests, and these are all just sort of tests. Again, not tests, but trials. The test or the exam that I distributed to you in that document is here. So I have not turned this on. This is still closed. So if you can, we'll go up to the point of opening up the Safe Exam browser and entering your details.
Dan, when this opens up, it automatically blocks out everything else. Is that correct?
Correct. You won't be able to see.
So we can hear you, but we can't see, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I already entered my information. Yeah, it says waiting for exam to open.
Okay, so let's try to get to that point because that's where I want to be able to get to, and everybody's in.
So if you just give a thumbs up when you're in, because then what Dan will do is he'll open the exam for you once everybody says they're there.
Okay, so everybody's at that page where it says
fetch the exam.
Okay, I'm going to activate the exam now. Go ahead and put your thumbs up if you're ready. Here we go. It should be activating right now. It's open.
Oh, there it is.
And I can go in and watch you guys take the exam.
When you say you can watch us take the exam, does it mean you can see our screen or you can see our faces as we're working on it?
I can see your answers as you input them, and I can watch you via the Zoom Brady Bunch grid. Okay, I'm going to actually mute everyone now. And if you need assistance, message me via the exam.net.
There's a chat function on the left-hand side too.
All right, so everyone will be muted now. I can see what question you're on just by watching your video at this point. So it's very quiet now. I can go through as the live exam is being administered. I have a window that I can sort of toggle through the different test takers or participants. And then I can go to the student answers and look at the answers as they're inputted in. And down below, I get a sort of a chat feature down in the bottom left-hand corner, where I can see any chats that need to be addressed. And I can chat and send an address to everyone. So I can say, hi there, how's it going? So if you're still in the exam, you probably got a message from me. As you can see, administering and monitoring the exam using the teleconferencing exam.net surveillance features enables real-time access if something interrupts a test. If students get kicked out or the lockdown browser, something interrupts this testing program, students can reach out quickly to the teacher. In turn, the teacher can quickly reactivate the student's unique session with their saved practice. Let's see how easy it is to readmit a student. So I can click here. Let's say, Sabrina, I want you back in the test. I can click here, and it's going to send you a specific key to that student that's highlighted here on the left.
Okay.
And let's say that person got kicked off. I can just hit send, and it'll send to the email that they provided when they entered the test.
Okay.
So you got to make sure they have an email field when they configure the test. Once a student completes his or her exam, the lockdown browser will automatically close. Now it is up to the teacher to engage with the post-exam tasks of reviewing the results, exporting the files, grading, and returning the feedback and scores. Let's take a look at how easy it is to complete these post-exam tasks with the ExamNet's interface and interoperability with Google Drive. Here's where I enter into the exam, and I hit this I button here, which is surveillance and results. And this gives me an image of all the students who are taking it. You can see if I click on one, I can see the student answers as they are inputted. So we can see Sabrina. These are your answers. If I go, Chris, I can see your answers, status. If I go up to the general, let's just go up here first. This is the general thing. I'm done with taking the test. I can click this, and now it's closed, so no one can get in that test now. You just enter the lobby, I guess. So again, I can go through and see the student answers here as I need. So I can go see Ben's, I can see Andrew, and then I can fetch history over here and see what it looked like at different points of taking the test. So those are the sort of the surveillance that we can access. All right, so obviously we've administered the exam, we've collected the results, and now we want to be able to easily review, grade the exam, and then get that information back to you as the student. So I just hit Google Drive here, and the first time you hit it, it'll ask you to connect your Google Drive to the exam.net and your account in exam.net. I've already done that. So you can see that I can sign out if I want. Notice that it says upload 0 of 1. Right now I'm just on Sabrina, so it's only going to upload Sabrina. Well, that's not very expedient. So what I want to do is go up to the teacher trial exam as a whole. I have 5 submitted exams. Now I click that Google Drive button again. Again, I get the same, but now I have 0 of 5. And let me go ahead. I'm logged in with my school Google Drive account, Google account. I hit upload. Okay, it's done. So I hit done. Now I go over to my Google Drive. There's a new folder in here the first time you make it. When you connect the drive with your exam.net account, you open that folder. And now you can see teacher trial exam is what we just took. I open that folder, and it should generate each student's test. And here I can go ahead and click on Andrew's test, and there are the answers to that test. And then I can grade as I need on the Google Doc and share it with Andrew or the student. And then just go back over here. I can go to Ben's, click on that. Obviously the
Man, that's funny.
and
He's not following instructions. He's supposed to have taken a picture of the browser.
yeah, I'm gonna have to mark. I'm gonna have to deduct some marks for that one, and then obviously I can just go down and grade as I need, and that's how you can sort of grade, export, and grade using exam.net. Now that you've been able to observe how easy it is to administer and monitor a live exam session, engage and resolve testing interruptions, and perform post-exam tasks, let's overview how you can get started with creating, configuring, and delivering an online remote exam of your own using exam.net and the lockdown solution offered by the Safe Exam browser. All right, so let me just show you the exam creation here, and then we'll be able to wrap it up. If I hit the new exam, I have this group set up here, just as an example, but I hit new exam. It gives me, obviously, the field. I just put trial 2. And then I just come down here and it gives me options. The questions are given outside of the system, orally or on a piece of paper. So you can do it that way. I could talk it into the mic and people have to write that answer. Use a PDF file, which is probably the quickest and easiest option. So if I go here, just choose that one. So the PDF's attached. I can click here and see it. All right, so I could write the exam questions, which I did for your test. So that's another option. These are the fields that I asked you to create when you entered into the test. So you can see that these are the fields here. And then.
And just a note, I would always suggest that you require them to use their student ID, just simply for security reasons, so you know who it is, and have their email so you can email them directly from that.
And then there's a way to anonymize the test exam. I'm not quite sure how to do that, so I didn't check that. You provide a writing area, which is what you got there. I could limit the words if I want, and the student, that's where you work. And then here's where I activated that scan feature. So you don't have to have that scan feature if you don't want it, if you don't need it, but you can activate it here. Then there's other tools down here, accessibility tools. You can get a Swedish dictionary if you'd like. And some English synonyms, speech synthesis. It'll read the text out to you.
Is
And
this
you know,
free?
That's an interesting feature.
And I'm guessing this add PDF, Ben, I'm guessing that you could probably put in a PDF of formulas as a resource document for them to have.
I think it has a calculator as well, right? Under, I think, subject
That's
tools.
down below,
I think you
yeah.
can add a calculator.
It does have a calculator, GeoGebra, Desmos is in there.
Desmo.
Oh, there are mathematics formulas.
Mathematic formulas, basic advanced, programming, drawing.
Is this
tool.
free, Dan?
It
Yes.
is right now.
International, it's free.
For the whole of 2020.
And if you look down here, you can actually set it to various degrees of security. We had the highest, which meant that we used the Safe Exam browser, which is not really related to exam.net. Exam.net uses that open source browser. We could let the students use their browsing general. I know Tim Patine was saying he's trying out allow any browser for high security mode or allow any browser. He's doing that with his students today. So it'll be interesting at how his experience was with that. But you could see there's many different settings here that you can add. So just basically.
Can you create the exam, Dan, and then let's show them how they can share it with somebody else?
Okay, so let's just go ahead and create this trial 2 exam. So I create the exam and there it is, trial 2. If I want to, I think I can preview it here.
Yeah, the preview is if you scan over the exam key, Dan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So here's the preview. this is what it's going to look like for the student. Beginning exam. So you can see my PDF is up here. Obviously, my PDF is a trial export that I used on this exam.net. But you can see that now I can move this up. I can say, okay, number 1.
Yeah, and so this is where with the PDF, they'd have to remember to put the question number in.
Yeah.
It doesn't prompt them with that.
Yeah, they always have to remember the question. Obviously, they can.
Can you pre-populate the writing section with numbers, or does that have to be done
only if you're putting the questions in yourself? So if you're writing the questions in, it will ask you if you want the questions to be put into the answer area or not. So that's one advantage of manually entering the questions, because I can have the question appear. Now, if it's a math problem and I've got a graph that they need to look at, I don't necessarily need the graph down below. I just need the question. So the accessibility of it, I think if you were going to be putting in questions, it might be helpful to manually put them in because of that, but it just depends on the kids, if the kids are good enough putting in the number of the question when they answer.
You just need to make like question 5. Did you put have you been writing the numbers in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
It's true.
And then they can submit it. I'm not going to submit, or I'll submit mine because it doesn't really matter. Now, what's nice about this is if, let's say, there's another teacher, we can go ahead and give another teacher access. And you can see these are all the teachers that are in our system right now. So Hedda, Sabrina, Tim, Tanya. So I'm going to share this with Sabrina. I could just click on there and then save changes. And now Sabrina can go into her teacher portal and she can find that exam and she can add her questions, or she could make a copy for her students and then change up the questions or answers items. So it's not easy to cheat still. It's probably good to have 3 or 4 versions of a test.
And what you can do, Dan, if you scroll down, there is the opportunity. Dan's already created different groups here, but you can create a new group. So let's say you want 4 different assessments and you're going to assign certain kids to certain assessments. You can do that across classes using those groups. And so they'll get a unique exam key emailed to them. So you could have 4 different tests going on in the same class because they've been given 4 different exam keys. And then because there are 4 different exams, when it goes into your Google Drive, it will group that by the name of the exam.
Mm-hmm. And obviously you don't want the students to know, oh, I got the same exam key as other students. And one of the things we sort of worked out that you could do, if you go over to this right here, let's say I go to my Google Classroom, I want to distribute just to certain students and make sure that they can't see who else has the same version. Let's say I just want to go on to this one. So let's say these are the kids I want in the exam. I go ahead and hit people. And the nice thing about Google Classroom is, let's say these first 5 individuals, I want to send a certain key to. I then just come up here and I say, email those 5, and it's going to BCC each individual student. And then I can just paste my template in there and change the key and send it off. If you have made it to the end of this video, then you must be at least somewhat interested in implementing this type of solution online with your exam. If this is the case, please feel free to reach out to me for further information by either commenting below or contacting me personally. Finally, thank you to the team of colleagues willing to collaborate over the past couple weeks and the participants who were able to help showcase this possible solution for teachers at Rumordy International School and beyond. Thank you for watching.